You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable. Hop on YouTube, welcome to the hood table, where we chop up local and global events vocally. You don't really wanna miss out on these conversations. Just joke a little, laugh a little, get that wine in your system, fill your glass a little. Expose current events, talk trash a little. You never know, these opinions might clash a little. They addicted to the content, got them binge watching. You don't like it, then you want invited. Bet your friends watching in the house and in your job parking lot before you clocking. They don't wanna miss a second of this HT content. Everybody think they got something to say, so it's an open invitation, bring it to the table. But if you come whack, just know we ain't buying in. We gon' bring you back and tell you sorry, try again. Yeah, welcome to the hood table. You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable. Yeah, welcome to the hood table. You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable.
Hey everybody, what's up? Come on in, come on in. Get ready for this good old review. I know it's been a minute since I done some reviews, and I apologize, but your girl has been extremely busy looking for houses and all kind of different things going on here. But anywho, I'm glad you guys joined me today for a review of excuse me, Real Housewives of Atlanta. And as you can see from the bottom of the screen, we will be discussing season 13 is now on season 13. They are still kicking. And it's episode 13. It was titled Front Page News. So everybody, if you saw this show, make sure you comment in the comment section what you thought about the show or the different storylines or the different scenes, the different characters. And please give me a like and a share. And of course, if you're not already subscribed to the Hood Table, please subscribe to the Hood Table for me, please, and thank you very much. Now, let's get right into this Real Housewives of Atlanta tea. Now, as we can see from the beginning of the show, Cynthia and Mike, their wedding countdown has begun. It's getting down to the nitty gritty. Of course, we know right now in real time they are married, but at that time of filming, they were on the countdown towards the wedding. And did y'all hear the shade from Cynthia's fiance, Mike? Man, I really like Mike way more than I liked Mark, okay? Out of the most recent couples on the show, that Mike, I like Mike. He's a character. He's funny. He's crazy. And I see why Cynthia likes him. But that was funny when he was shading Drew on that song. I was like, hold up now. Drew can sing. Can't she? I done heard her hum a little tune every now and then. She used to sing on the TV show The Game, so she can sing, right? I'm sure she would kill Monica's song, Angel of Mine. But when Cynthia said, do you like that song, Mike? He was like, yeah, I love that song. When Monica sings it, y'all, I was gagging. I was like, ooh, the shade. That was so funny. But then Cynthia, she and her sister and her mother was having issues with dresses and other things, for the wedding. So her and her sister got together. Her and her sister Mal had got together, and they were driving along. And Mallory was like, I don't know if this is important or not, but evidently, starting on page 6, the blog. It is going around social media that 2 people at Cynthia's bachelorette party allegedly slept with Bolo, the stripper. Now, who could have been the responsible party behind that tea? Who could have been the ones who slept with Bolo? Allegedly. Of course, around this time of filming, it was last year. So the tea was spilled right after the bachelorette party, being that we're just now seeing the footage this year. But I really hope that whoever it is never reveals themselves, because for one, you're not supposed to reveal all your discretions. Sometimes not even to your best friends. I'm sorry, everybody is not supposed to know everything about you. You have to keep some things to yourself in here. And so as far as this gossipy group of women on Real Housewives of Atlanta, whoever did it, I would try to keep that as close to me as possible. I wouldn't tell a soul. Now, of course, there was probably some witnesses, but I'm telling you, to the day I die, I'll be pleading the fifth. I'm like, I don't know what she talking about. I wasn't involved in no threesome with them. I don't know what she talking about. I swear I wasn't involved in no threesome. I ain't did nothing. Who's Bolo? I'll be pleading the fifth. Okay, all the way to the day I die. I'm telling y'all. But Drew and Kenya, they had met up to discuss the extremely bipolar relationships, that some of the ladies have, especially, some of the things that went down at the bachelorette party. Drew wasn't really cool with. And so she had some concerns that she brought to Kenya's attention. From what Drew said, the tension in the room or in the house or at the bachelorette party, besides all that happened in the after party, it was a lot of tension. It was a lot of tension, and she claims that it was as thick as Bolo's leg, the third leg. So that was some tension. Okay, that was some thick tension. Because yes, indeed, that third leg, boy, I didn't even get to see what they got to see. Just seeing it through the clothing, I was like, that's kind of thick. But do y'all believe what Drew was saying? As far as Kenya is true. Like, do y'all agree with her statement? She told Kenya that there's a lot of fakeness going around in the group and that Kenya is the most fake of them all. But Kenya didn't understand why Drew felt that way or what would make her say something like that. Not even when Drew said, well, what about when you tell me stuff about the ladies? When you tell me certain things, then you turn back right around and you'll call me back or text me back and say, don't tell the other ladies. For example, when Kenya was getting a private jet, when she decided to bring her daughter, when she decided to bring a nanny on a trip, and she told Drew, but then told her, don't tell the other ladies. And I'm sure that, her keeping that from the other ladies, I think Drew had mentioned it, how, she was like, well, she told me not to tell, it went down something like that. But I don't know if Kenya is the fakest of the group, but she most definitely is the shadiest, if you asking me. I'm just saying, just my opinion. And she still doesn't get it. Or should I say, she's pretending not to get it, not to understand what Drew is talking about. I mean, Drew is making it plain and simple for her. A baby could understand. Like, a lot of people were hurt. A lot of people were displeased with her arrangements and how she didn't even give the opportunity to the other ladies. The other lady, you don't know how much money they got. They could have got a bigger jet or something, or at least took a plane, maybe, I don't know, 10 hours before the trip, 12 hours before the trip to make sure they got there. When Kenya got there, they left their daughters at home and their children at home. Some of them got daughters, some of them, got sons. But Drew, again, she was attempting to explain to her, at least how she felt about leaving her daughter behind. And what did Kenya say? Well, you had a choice. If you didn't want to leave your child, then stay at home. And it wasn't the words that she said exactly, it was the tone behind the words that she said. If you didn't want to leave your child, you could have stayed at home. And that's exactly how she said it. But what exactly would that have looked like had the ladies with the small children stayed at home? Like, besides Kenya and Cynthia, what would it have been? Like one or two other women, for the whole bachelorette party, And how would Cynthia have felt knowing that all these women are so close to her? She's so close to these women, and only a few of them, not a handful, a few of them showed up because the rest of them didn't want to leave their kids behind. Huh? How would Cynthia have felt if they didn't want to participate? I don't know. Would she have been upset? I think she would be. I really do. But one thing about it, if the other ladies did stay at home, one thing I do know for sure that there would have been a lot of bolo to go around. A whole lot more of bolo to go around. And maybe, just maybe, there wouldn't be anybody spilling any tea either. If things were differently. I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, let's talk about this little farm outing, whatever place they were or whatnot. Let me first say that I will never understand why women always dress up, trying to look sexy, wearing stockings, skin tight clothes, showing off their cleavage, or wearing stilettos when they visit a farm like environment. It's just so crazy to me. Like, ain't y'all seen some sexy cowgirls before? They put on some jeans, they put on some boots, they put on some skirt, that, the sweat. I'm just saying. Okay, anywho, y'all saw what they wore. Y'all saw what they wore. But anywho, and of course, page six, the scandal, the alleged scandal, from the bachelorette party came up, right away. And Kenya was denying being the mole. And of course, everybody is assuming that Kenya is the culprit, but she denies it. Per Kenya, she messes with B Sky and TMZ, but not page six. Um, that was a little shade to page six, but I think she's just trying to cover her butt. I don't mess with that. I don't read none of that stuff. Oh no, if it ain't TMZ, I don't even. Okay, so anywho, but we already knew she would deny it, and she's going to continue to deny it and deny and deny and deny to the day she died. And that's exactly why I said, Candy girl, you should have at least had them all sign a DNA, because that's what I would do if Bolo was to attend one of my bachelorette dungeon style parties, or any bachelor, or any stripper. NDAs across the board. NDAs. But anyway, now instead of just Kenya, Marlo and a few others want to know who slept with Bolo. Everybody now is being nosy. They want to know the details. Okay, the skinny. All right. And again, whoever it was, they better not tell a soul, because they will never be able to live that one down, especially if they are in a whole relationship. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. But anyway, how do y'all feel about Cynthia and her fiance not signing a prenup? Now, she said she was going to do a post nip. Cynthia, who wasn't able to attend the outing, she was out again with her sister Mal and their mother, and they doing things for the wedding. So Kenya decided to give her a call. The ladies just want to say, hey, how's everything going with the wedding? They miss her, whatever. And once they had Cynthia on the phone, Candy asked Cynthia, did you get the prenup, girl? Girl, did y'all sign it? Did you get the paperwork? I already knew if it would come up, Candy would be the one that had the most to say. Every time somebody in the group mentions the word marriage, Candy automatically suggests a prenup. And I'm sure Candy has good intentions. Like she said, you don't want to open yourself up or leave yourself open to be taken advantage of if it doesn't work out. And I just have to say, I do agree. Even if this isn't Cynthia's second marriage, I just have to agree. When you have a lot of money, or you come from money, or you have the potential to make a lot of money, I would sign a prenup, But in the end, people will do whatever they want to do when it comes to love. So good luck with that one, Cynthia. But y'all, what had me really cracking up this episode was seeing how lost Portia was for trying to get to the farm. Her GPS took her like an hour out the way of the place where she was supposed to be. And I couldn't help but to think that Portia must have been trying to take the alternative route, the Underground Railroad route. Y'all, I was cracking up. I'm like, Portia, where you going, girl? How long you lived in Atlanta? And you the only one who managed to get lost? But needless to say, most of y'all will get my Underground Railroad joke. At least most of y'all. If y'all been watching this show long enough, y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. But after everyone got ready to go home, Portia finally made it. Portia Martin Luther King, she finally got there. Better late than never, girl. Better late than never. But I swear, when she did get there, before she could even get out the car, she had heard how the alleged bachelorette party events were all over page 6. They bombarded her. They bum rushed her as soon as she got out of her vehicle. They was like, girl, we on page 6. We on page 6 now. And just like the others, Portia believed that Kenya is the one responsible for spilling the tea. And why the hell did Marlo suggest that Portia have a talk with Kenya? Was it because she's really concerned about their relationship? Or was it because Marlo is now one of the main ones, along with Kenya, who's dying to know if Portia slept with Bolo? I don't know. Y'all tell me what y'all think. But moving right along. Let's talk about Kenya and her husband Mark, soon to be ex. Kenya is still reeling from information she received from her divorce attorney. So, on a phone call with her father, she updated him on the divorce details, how Mark has filed for divorce, and how he's also seeking alimony from her. And that, Kenya believes, is from Mark being upset that she filed for full custody of their daughter. And because of that, he felt betrayed and therefore wants her to pay for it. So, because of this and other issues, Kenya decided to seek out a therapist. Did she need therapy? I guess everybody can use a therapist in their life, huh? But at Kenya's therapy appointment with Dr. Christie, we found out that Kenya normally falls for the same type of guys, like a lot of women do, henceforth leading to the same type of unhealthy relationships. But for some reason, she must have thought that Mark was different. She claims that Mark was not as transparent as she was, though, which we noticed that during the few times that he did appear on the show. But a lot of her issues seem to have stemmed from her father and her mother. What do y'all think about that one right there? I mean, that can lead to a lot of unhealthy relationships, friendships included. So and I hate to say it, but sometimes Kenya, I think she is real shady. I think sometimes she do be acting fake. And sometimes I even think she's full of shit. But I understand. I mean, I understand why, and I ain't giving her a pass. But seeing her, in her therapy moment, we can easily understand, why she does some of the things she do or don't do some of the things she do. But especially, with her mother, her mother who gave her away at 3 days old. Her mother treated her horribly while she was growing up. And anytime, and I can recall, like anytime she would lash out on her mother or get angry with her mother, one of her family members would chastise her, about for doing so. And it was like, okay, my mother can treat me like shit all my life, but then when I complain about it, I have to be quiet because I'm the child and that's still my mother. So, again, like I said, even though I think she's full of shit most of the time and shady as hell the rest of the time, I can understand why she is the way she is. Don't make it right. It just makes it clear. But hopefully one day she and her mother can connect or reconnect with each other and have some type of loving relationship. Or is her mother still alive? I don't want to speak death on anyone. But if she is in heaven, rest in peace to your mother. I just can't remember if her mother's alive or not. But anyway. Until then, she'll probably continue to find love in all the wrong places. So I hope her next relationship is better. I hope it's like a true relationship as well, because this one here, I still got my side eye, my good eye, my bad eye on that whole relationship or whatever it was. But anyway, y'all, that's all I got on this show. Make sure you like the video, share the video, subscribe to the Hood Table, because you don't need Netflix. You don't need, hey, hop on YouTube. Welcome to the Hood. No. Okay, but anyway, y'all, in other words, it's time to say goodbye. Where did I get this? Is that from the Sound of Music? Stay safe, be blessed, y'all. And don't forget, keep it hood. Bye.